Hello and welcome to Food Allergy and Your Kiddo. I am your host, Dr. Alice Hoyt, here to talk with you today about how to have a super awesome 2024. Those are big words, but yes, I am going to go ahead and proclaim that super awesome 2024. And this is how you're going to have a super awesome 2024. And specifically, yes, this can apply to food allergy, just like literally everything we talk about on this podcast, but this can also apply, moms, dads, as you're listening to this, to life in general. And these are the 3 steps that I follow to have awesome years. And ever since I've started doing this, which is maybe about 5 years ago at this point, 4 years ago, no, 5 years ago, um, I feel like I have had better years. Maybe that's because I feel like life gets better as we get older. But I do think absolutely that my 3 steps have been very helpful to that. So, what are those 3 steps? First step, theme your year. The first time I themed my year, I think, so that's what I'm trying to remember. So, 2018 or 2019? I think it was in 2018 for 2019. And the theme was intentional. And in 2019, I wanted to be intentional about all of my decisions. I didn't want to overcommit. I didn't want to undercommit. I didn't want to commit to things that were not in keeping with what I really wanted to do professionally and personally. So being intentional was an awesome theme for my year because then I was able, when opportunities presented themselves, I was then able to decide with a mindset, okay, I need to be intentional because I want to do X, Y, and Z with my family, or I want to achieve A, B, and C professionally. Remembering to be intentional about my choices was very important. And a lot of times that comes with taking a step back and not answering super quickly. So, in the case of food allergy, if you were thinking about doing oral immunotherapy or sublingual immunotherapy, depending on what you theme your year, it can help you take a step back and think, okay, I want to be intentional about this. I don't want to dive into something because someone on Facebook said that it was totally life changing and like, okay, I want my life changed too. Like, no, 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 no. So if you're being intentional about your year, whatever you theme your year, that's going to help you make these decisions, make best possible decisions. So some examples of things that I think are great themes for your year: intentional, focus, I'm a focused year. Here's the one that I think is going to be mine for this year: present. To be present. And so when I'm making decisions about activities, not just for me, for my kiddos, for our family, how are we going to be present with each other? I mean, y'all, life gets so busy, right? So I think present is like a really good theme. And as we go through the next 2 steps, this is going to make a little bit more sense. Another theme, another really good theme, especially if this year you're thinking, okay, I really want to tackle the food allergy. I know that there are a lot of families who have been managing food allergies with avoidance. And avoidance plan is always great because even when you're going through oral immunotherapy or sublingual immunotherapy, you're still avoiding the allergen when you're not doing the specific treatment. But a lot of families still choose to do avoidance as their management plan. And you might be thinking, is OIT right for me, or is SLIT right for me? And if you're theming your year as informed, then whenever you're scheduling your allergist appointment, this may even prompt you to schedule another allergist appointment, even though you're not due for your annual appointment, right? Then if your year is to be informed, then you're approaching your decisions, you're approaching your doctor's appointments, you're approaching them differently because your goal going in there is to be informed. Um, Patience. Patience is a great theme, right? Sometimes we just need to be a little more patient. And sometimes we just need to sit down and 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 just rest. That's the next one on here is rest. Yes, you can theme your year for rest. Moms, dads, I'm talking to you. You can have the theme of your year to be rest because there's so much that you are already doing. Work, school, your kids' school, all of these things, they take up time and energy, and sometimes we forget to rest, and that's important. So those are some great themes. And how do you pick your theme, right? So some questions you might want to ask yourself is, okay, well, where do I kind of struggle? Am I struggling because I don't get enough sleep? So maybe rest needs to be my theme. Or my kiddo is doing so many activities that he or she is not getting enough sleep. So maybe rest should be the family theme. Next question, where does my family struggle? And then where does my business struggle? So for moms and dads who either have their own businesses or whatever your job is professionally, then where are your struggles there? And a lot of times, you guys, like I find this all sort of aligns. Like even if we're giving our all at work, we're still trying to give our all at home, and we just need to take a step back. And for 2024, I really think theming your year can help you be intentional about your choices, to make, less stress, more joy. That's what we always talk about here. Less stress, more joy. So why do we really want to have a themed year? Of course, it's to make our lives better. But okay, make your life better. That's kind of a generic goal. And as you've heard me talk about before, I'm not all about generic goals. I'm all about SMART goals. So what is a SMART goal? A SMART goal is a goal that is SMART. S, specific, M, measurable, A, achievable or attainable, R, relevant, and T, time bound. So if you have a SMART goal, that can take a goal of, I want to know more about my kid's peanut allergy. That's a good goal, but it's not very specific. It's not time bound. So instead, you might say more, I want to know what an ERA H2 specific IgE level in my kiddo. I want to know what that really means for their potential tolerance. And I want to learn this within the next 3 months. And so when you're setting a time-bound specific goal like that, then you're able to take action that is appropriate to help you meet that goal. Because kind of going back to the whole, and I said it sort of in jest, like the whole annual allergist appointment, I fully believe it is important to see your allergist at least every year. But the reason I say at least every year is because right now there's so much changing in the landscape of food allergy. More providers are offering SLIT or offering OIT. And I often find sometimes we end up doing our annual allergy appointment right before school where it's just kind of madness, right? You want to get your form signed. You want to make sure you have enough epinephrine auto-injectors, all the things. And so it's actually really nice to have an appointment where your goal is to sit and discuss potential treatment options. Not necessarily to say, okay, I want to do this now, but if your theme of your year is to be informed, then that's a very specific, intentional way that you can be informed is by setting that goal of, I want to have an appointment with my child's allergist to specifically discuss treatment plans, and I want to do this by April, whatever you want to do. But I find that if we don't actually set a date for things and they don't get done, right? And also some people really like to write these down. I'm a big fan of writing things down too. I have a notebook where I write things down. I sit here with my pen. So that is how we do SMART goals. Big fan of SMART goals. And as you're setting your goals, those SMART goals are falling in line with whatever you've themed your year. Because if you're trying to be more informed, then you're going to have SMART goals that allow you to be more informed. So what's the third thing? Because I said there were 3 ingredients to my recipe for having an amazing year. So the third thing on this list is to choose grace. Choose grace. I'm not sure when the world got so crazy, or so polarizing, or so, whatever fill in the blank unhappy adjectives you want to use, but we need to show more grace. To each other, yes. And kindness. Show more kindness. If someone gets your coffee order wrong, that's a huge bummer, but it's not the end of the world. And so let's show some grace to that barista who is working 2 jobs, fill in the blank. I don't need to go into detail about that. But also choose grace for yourself. Choose grace for yourself. Especially if you're listening to this podcast, it's because you love somebody who has a food allergy. And it is hard to know everything about food allergies. I am a food allergist. I don't know everything about food allergies. I talk to world-renowned experts. They don't know everything about food allergies. And this is literally what we do for a living. And so you as a parent, you're not going to know everything. That's why it's so important to surround yourself with good support, good friends, good family who get it, with a good board certified allergist who is going to hear you and talk with you about different treatments and do it in a way that's very open and engaging. And they're sitting and having a discussion with you and not just typing. And just show grace to yourself, to others. Show yourself grace. So if you theme your year, if you choose to set goals using SMART goals throughout the year, and if you show grace to others and to yourself, then you will have a fantastic 2024. God bless you, and God bless your family.